will perceive the weight well as shark remains together. The Shiba Inu is a sort of dim the computerized cache and light of images that has sharp the world is an essential point. The correct way founded on the latest data transport is exchanging at 804 and is going to hit a key rivalry level that could decide its short term. I'm Kai Cho and my assist individuals with finding out about cash effective money management and individual bookkeeping so they can work on their monetary future. Make certain to secure the station. Assuming you figure this film may be useful, snap the like button. Shin's stream cost is significant on the grounds that it is a key obstruction point that has been both an assistance and an impediment in the beyond. A brief glance at the cost graph shows that this level has been attempted basically a couple of times, and a reasonable drop up or down show where the following example for boat will go in the event that Shin can break over this much opposition with a ton of volume. It'd start another wave. Vendors and purchasers could see this as an indication of solidarity, which would compel them to purchase the new highs or a more significant level of help to watch out for them for. Then again, in the event that the boat can't break over this level and is turned down, it could fall significantly more. The need sell could turn out to be more steady, which would cut down the cost of the greater degrees of well-being. This could be a terrible sign for boat proprietors, since it could imply that the pattern of going down will go on with another circle, despite the fact that costs are going up. Canines can in any case be changed. Grant Shib is gathered and gives the Shibarium Tesla another canine's skin, making it simpler for individuals to get around. This is a gigantic step in the right direction. PubNet got 7 million new wallets in only 3 days, which is an immense increment. A brief glance at how Canine Garments Makeover functions. Simona's improvement group just put out an extraordinary new variant of the puppy's skin, a dim trailblazer made for the little guy. Net experimental group on Shibarium. The primary objective of this overhaul is to further develop the client experience for individuals who don't understand anything about blocks. Explorer is a web crawler that allows clients to see blocks, puts, and occasions on the blockchain. Examine it picks away at the Shibarium testnet. With regards to kids, this change was brought to the consideration of the crypto neighborhood. Lucy, the Shiba Inu mentor, this made individuals substantially more amped up for the impending opening of the Siberian Bay to the public, despite the fact that the Shibarium net was switched off for a brief time frame so more enhancements could be made. The test gave us a few exceptionally fascinating numbers. The numbers for the pub folks have gone through the rooftop, and both the quantity of wallet addresses and the quantity of trades are developing. This shows that an ever-increasing number of individuals are keen on the boat. Another business called Little.net is glad to have 17 million wallets. It will probably give you better thoughts. Right now, this isn't simply one more. It shows how rapidly it has developed. Since just 3 days prior, the number was around 10.4 million. This actually intends that in a short measure of time, very nearly 7 million wallets were added. Likewise, the quantity of arrangements on the testnet has arrived at an unbelievable 36,787,365, which is another record. Concerning how it functions, the typical block time, which is the way lengthy it takes to add one more block or set of data to the blockchain, is just 6.8 seconds, and there are now more than 2.2 million blocks on the all-out resources. The organization's filling in the perseverance and energy about the Shibarium. Minutes move from its continuous. How long individuals spend on PuppyMet shows how they move from a more private to a more open state. And presently individuals are beginning to find bomb tokens which are significant for the Shiba Inu region in their pockets. Many individuals feel that Shibarium's public rebound probably won't be excessively far away. Shibainu flaunts the part called Shibarium. The following objective for transportation costs is a public conveyance date for what the Shibarium designers of Shiba Inu's Layer 2 response haven't had the option to raise delivering costs, which is making the market considerably more anxious. When it was made, the principal culture made individuals need to investigate what happened when the Shiba Inu went across the road. He immediately acquired an enormous number of fans, and presently it rivals joke coins like dogecoin. Yet, in the realm of computerized cash trade, not the fervor of the neighborhoods outright currently. Rather, it's a unique marker called the demise cross, which seems when a coin's transient moving normal goes underneath its drawn out moving normal, called a passing cross. Individuals frequently say that the market will drop strongly due to Shiba Inu. This sort of example This happened when the 50 time frame moving normal fell underneath the 200 period moving normal mom. Still, it's critical to understand what's happening. Signs are truly terrifying. They can some of the time be excessively far gone to turn around. That implies that a ton of deals might have been made before this pattern turned out to be obvious. To be clear, Vote is selling for a little part of what it was worth at its top in 2021. Its worth has fallen at the time lately. Unique market specialists have various thoughts regarding what this passing cross method. Certain individuals figure the coin will remain low for quite a while. Others express not to take a lot of confidence in this one thing as the boat keeps on exchanging around the 8,000 bot. The following move of the market and how it will be impacted by this disturbing pattern are still to be composed. Shibarium has a tremendous measure of hit potential. Cost hasn't up to speed to that yet, and the gathering behind it is still extremely occupied, as shown by the appearance of Shibarium. Despite the fact that Shiba and the US are specific issues, this layer 2 scaling technique was viewed as an unmistakable benefit that would accelerate exchanges and lower charges that were too high. Still, Shibarium has definitely stood out on transport since it was first seen on the Vitally net. Still, it's difficult to see what it's worth. Blockchain depends on the possibility of development, so when advanced monetary standards show it off, they ought to cover. An individual who dealt with a Shiba Inu and attempted to get a Soviet mechanical upgrades don't necessarily prompt moment acquires in the market. Computerized cash market is so vulnerable and difficult to anticipate. Reality will surface eventually on the off chance that Shibarium assists will with returning, or again expecting other market impacts will be similarly impact its direction. It ought to cover him. Plans to open to overall population. Understand that makes a couple of significant clarifications. Caldera is the profoundly anticipated Shibarium prepares to open again. The gathering that made Shiba Inu has given significant subtleties. Reports and the news say that it ought to cover him is working out positively in confidential mode and is just sitting tight for its public lodge. Clear things up. Voyager of Sheridan's clarification calls said that the way that the Siberian pioneers Shibarium skin is accessible doesn't change how the Shibarium network functions. Despite the fact that Shibarium check isn't accessible, the association is as yet running, and Carl said that any individual who needs to assist him with canning utilize an open source rendition of Dull Scout that needs a ton of PC assets. Shibarium screens will before long be accessible web based by plans. The creator told the Shiba Inu gathering not to stress anything else than they needed to about this transitory circumstance. Individuals are making suppositions and making associations. Individuals are enthusiastically hanging tight for true word on when Shibarium will be free for everybody to utilize. Shibarium coins can now be exchanged on the notable decentralized finance application. Thank you. So that approaching might see like the film and buy into my feet. We'll talk again after the following film.